Good morning, it's Monday, it's about 8:15 and I woke up at 7:30 a.m. Stayed in bed for a bit, my bed is still a mess, and I went and showered. I did not get a chance to do my hair, so my hair is actually just in a bun, and I've put a bit of a hair mask on, and I'm gonna just wear it wet all day because I didn't have time to like detangle it or do anything with it. I woke up at I think 2:30 or 3 a.m. and I didn't get back to sleep. So today is the start of a new project. It's going to be a 2-week project, so basically 10 working days. It's going to be quite intense because you have to condense a lot of things in these 10 days. I still don't know who my team is. Like I said, it's 8:15, so I need to start working quite soon. But I thought I'd walk you through a day in my life because I think I talk a lot about my job, but might as well walk you through how such days go for me. So I'm a bit sleep deprived. I still have my morning voice. I didn't do my bed. Not a very good vlogger. Anyway, I did have a shower in the morning. So I had a shower. I have some empties here. This is not an empty, so I'm going to keep it for a couple more days. Finish this because that's what I used to clean my face. I finished this Caudalie. I'm going to just add a couple things to my like empties thing, and this goes to recycling. This is a new deodorant. I started using the blue version of it, which is it's called Perspirex, which is really good. You have to apply it at night, and it is finally the antiperspirant that helped me be able to wear my white shirts. Because what happened is that a few weeks back I had a meeting, and I remember it was a very long meeting, and I have probably already told you this, but the way I process stress is by raising my body temperature. So I tend to be very hot. At the end of it, I remember I sweat so much that like I had sweat stains down to here, and it was a dark green shirt, and I was very annoyed about it, and that's it, I need to find a solution. So I went ahead and I bought that, which is very strong. You have to apply it at night. Now it works beautifully well, and I'm sad that I didn't find it before all my nice shirts died, but it is what it is. I have it now. Now I did not apply it last night because you're supposed to apply it at night. So I just used the mild version and I applied it today when I just showered. So I'm going to turn on my Dyson because I have bad allergies in the morning. I'm gonna have to tidy this place up a little bit. Let's do that very quickly. This is my pile of laundry. I try to address it as I go, but it is what it is. Yesterday I went to Uniqlo and I bought some of these things because I'm gonna start wearing summer shoes. So I bought some no-show kind of socks, and then I bought these 2 big t-shirts. These are just for workout, yoga, wear with leggings. They're long enough to cover your bum, basically. I need to prepare something to eat. I'm gonna turn on the light. Here I have a pile of things. So this used to be one of the things I wear at the office to get warm, but it's a bit dirty now. It's been there for months, so I just have to clean it. This is suede, so I need to figure out how to clean it. This is a very light Burberry jacket that I've been wearing because it's been raining, and this is another gilet because I wear gilets a lot because I'm a boy. This is my dishwasher. It's been running overnight, so I like doing that. It makes me feel productive. I'm going to just take out what I need, and then I'll empty it in at another time. So I just need this little milk basically, because I need to prepare my breakfast. Some oatmeal. This is there. I got a tray. I bought a tray from Flying Tiger. Very happy about it. I didn't even remove this because I just bought it and I used it already 4 times. Let's go to my pantry. This is my porridge. I have these little spoons inside. I forgot to show you these when I did my what I recently got for my kitchen, but I got a, or maybe I did show you in a previous video, but I don't know. But I have these little measuring spoons, and I stick one in pretty much any dry goods that I use. I think I got them in a pack of 6 or something, but they're very, very useful because then I don't have to look for a spoon or anything like that, and also I don't have to wash the spoons. So this goes on the fire, on from the wash, stir it a bit, and in the meantime I took my things to the recycling. I have to do this for my nasal cavities. I have to use this is a nasal emollient, it's called Ponaris. I realized that my new watch is actually 12 hours off because I set it, this is PM, it should be AM. These are my clothes from when I showered, so I'm going to put them in the laundry. My laundry basket is starting to get high, so I'm gonna have to probably do laundry sometime tomorrow. I will set this in a bit, so I'll just leave it by my desk. And what else? So this is that. Like I said, I'm gonna just stir this a bit. In the meantime, I'm gonna put on a tiny bit of makeup. I'm not going to do my bed. My makeup will take less than a minute actually, because I can't be bothered. The thing is that whenever I do it on camera, this is not a get ready with me video, so it's gonna take not as long, but whenever I do it on camera it just takes longer. But also keep in mind that when I do it in real life, I'm not just sat here and applying product after product. I apply something and then I go and do something else, like stir my porridge or something like that. And most of the time I skip quite a few steps. So there are many mornings when actually the only makeup I'd be wearing would be my under eye corrector. And I had a period, I think 2 weeks ago, where I didn't even wear the corrector. I just showed up at work with nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. I just like makeup as my work armor. I am not awake. I'll definitely need to make some coffee. So what do I want to do? I actually don't want to wear any makeup today. I just feel like I'm too sleepy for that. So I will just do my eyebrows and blush and call it a day. Told you, some mornings I just don't feel like doing anything. This is one of them. Also, it's probably 8:25, so I want to make sure that I start at a decent time, especially that I have a new project with a new team. I still don't even know who my team is. So that's eyebrows. Do I want to fill them in? I don't want to fill them in. So blush, on the other hand, makes me look healthy. So that's how I'm gonna cheat it. Right. I love blush. I can't get enough of blush. Like, I could live on blush and corrector, which is what I did now. I love it. I have this tiny little brush just because I'm trying to get the very last bit of my MAC Marrakesh. Now, you know this is a Holy Grail product, so you know I have 3 more of these somewhere, but still, just because I have backups of this doesn't mean I don't want to use it to the very last end. And actually it goes a long way. Like, I have depotted it, so this is just me scraping the things that I could not depot. And then I will move to what I have depotted. I can hear my porridge burning, so off we go. So, like I said, I usually do my makeup and everything in a multitasking format, which with the filming isn't very practical. So I have definitely burnt my porridge, which never happens because normally I would just put on my concealer and then come my corrector and then come and get my porridge. But it's fine. I still have enough to eat. I'll put this here. Let it soak. I'll make some coffee. It will be just instant coffee because I don't really have time for proper coffee this morning. And then I'll get some honey. This is just Manuka honey because I'm really weak in the morning, especially when I did not eat and when I did not have enough sleep. So I kind of have to compensate because I don't want to be low energy. Yeah, this is dopamine, not dopamine. This is doping for consultants. A lot of honey, coffee, etc., etc. So I'm gonna take this to my desk. I know, it's a sad life. I have to eat at my desk, but that's life. I'll turn this on. Take this to my desk, and then I get my computer started. It's exactly 8:30. Before leaving work, like on Friday, I made sure to kind of have 0 things in my inbox. It was quite good because I had a couple of days at the end of my last project, so I could actually work on that. But I woke up now, I have 12 emails that are unread. So I'm going to tackle that in a bit. I still want to have a quick sneaky peek at my Gmail just because I think it's just a bad habit. So yeah, I look at my Gmail. There's nothing in there. I'm gonna look at the BBC, Ukraine. The Queen attends Platinum Jubilee celebration. Something on North Ireland. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, nothing else. Cool. So I'm going now to make my coffee and then start working. I feel like I don't have enough light. So for the first hour before I have my calls or anything, I'm gonna start using my lamp. I did not use it in ages, so I thought that part of me trying to film this routine would force me to kind of have my good habits in. So I will use this to have some vitamin D. Well, it's not really for vitamin D. It's mostly for sad. No. Alright, I've set the time. It's Monday and now it's 8:33 a.m. going on 34. I can wear my watch. This is a pretty cool watch. I'm gonna wear it a bit tighter just because I don't like having things move around as I'm working. Right, so I will make my coffee. me just close this. I'm not going to empty it anyway, so might as well. This, I have some trash from yesterday. Here. This goes here. This needs washing up. Right. I'm just getting coffee mugs. Right. My instant coffee is hidden behind all the things that I use to make my aromatic coffee. Here we go. Then we get the small coffee thing. I'm also now trying to do a sort of a, I don't know what is it called, like supercharging my vitamins or something like that for a period of 10 days. So I'm just taking some kind of different things from the organic pharmacy, so the super antioxidant, essential fatty acid and things like that. So I'm going to have these as I have breakfast. It's supposed to be for 10 days, and apparently it resets your system. All my vitamins, my coffee. Right, now we're ready to roll. It is now 9:45, so I have been working for an hour and 15 minutes, and it's time for my first dopamine break. So obviously this is not what I do all the time. This is what I would want to do in an ideal world. So I'm trying to really start some good habits in this very intense project. So my dopamine break for this time is really emptying my dishwasher, and I will see what else I can do in 5 to 10 minutes break. Probably also make tea. Now, what did I do in that 1 hour and a half? So I went through the 12 emails that I had received. Most of them were actually documents from the client. And I have made it a point to not read the documents from the clients before the project starts. So I took all of them, I organized them in a team folder because I'm going to have, like the team is starting. I coded every single document such that I know exactly where to find them, and I wrote a briefing email, which is an introduction to welcome the team members, and then tell them, here is your briefing folder, where you're going to find it in a team. I created a virtual team, and then I did a 1-line, maximum 2-line description of every one of the 10 items that they were going to find, and I asked them to read at least 2 of the most important things that I think are in that briefing pack, such that when we have our internal kickoff in a couple hours, we all have the same base understanding. Now, one thing is that I'm still not sure of the team composition, and I'm still not sure of the project budget. I believe I have 2 consultants from Stockholm and one intern from Germany. So the intern from Germany already contacted me, and he asked whether he can come to London. Usually we don't really have to do this work face to face, but you know, sometimes interns, like, they never had a real job, they want to travel, they want to experience an office. So while I don't really care for the Stockholm people, they probably also are very efficient, they wouldn't want to travel because they know it's a waste of time. I told the intern I'm very happy to have him if he wants to come to London. That means that he gets to travel on company's time, he gets to, you know, get a few nice restaurants, etc, etc. I think it's always a nice restaurant, a nice thing, COVID or not, to give interns that opportunity. Obviously, I've been doing this for years, so I'm not that excited about the prospect of traveling, etc. But you know, I'm happy to go to the office and train him and whatever. And then I believe, I'm not sure, that I will have to confirm this, but I have one more person who is based in Dubai. So that will be a bit of a challenge in terms of time zone, only until we assign the work. Now, that's what I did. So it was effectively doing a very brief read of all the documents and organizing them. That stuff takes a long time. Most project managers don't even bother doing that, but I like to do things properly. So although it takes that time, I think it sets the team for a good start. Now, having done that, the next thing I'm supposed to do is organize different meetings. So we have one interim meeting, which is where we present, let's say, the halfway results that we have. Because this is very, very short, it's already going to happen towards the end of this week. And then we have the final meeting, which normally should happen at the end of the project, the last day of the project. But because the Europeans will be on vacation, they have some kind of holiday, we're going to still send the final report on a Friday. The client gets to read it over the weekend, and then the final meeting is on a Monday, when I would be already on another project. It's not ideal, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I started organizing these meetings. The client also wanted to have a debrief about some management presentation where I was not present, but I saw that the partners were already exchanging and their assistant was exchanging. And they tried to set a meeting, and I noticed from the get-go that they have a communication issue because the client keeps saying times in UK time. The assistant in Stockholm keeps using time in GMT, and every time they get it wrong. And none of them actually realized it, so I just flagged it as a standards issue. Going forward, let's make sure to write both time zones in any communication that we have, because this is how you start having problems, right? So I'm going to have to organize these meetings. I'm gonna take over from the EAs, because if they're missing the first meeting, it's not a good start, and we only have 10 days to get all of this done. What else did I do? So I created the team. I created the team folder. I scheduled an informal catch-up with the client for Wednesday, so that's already done. And after I do this, I finish obviously my first coffee. After I do this, I'm going to make myself a tea, and then I will have to start working on what everybody should be doing. Like, I need to assign the work. So before being able to assign the work, I will need to have an internal kickoff with the team, with just the consultants team. So that's something that I need to put in the calendar for a couple hours from now. And I need to make sure that I put it at a time when I can still have lunch, because I have to now read all the documents that I had spent time organizing for the people. I have to coordinate all the different emails, etc. from the first day, because I need to get these things going. So I need to have all the official meetings, the informal meetings, and just today I have to organize the internal kickoff, a first touch point with the client so that they talk about the management presentation, and most likely another team meeting just to see where everybody's at, plus expectation meetings with the different team members so that I know more about their backgrounds and what they want to get from the project, although it's a very, very, very short one. So yeah, I'm now going to just put some water. My kettle is the hardest working appliance in this whole house, which is not nice. I probably should start ordering more, given that allergies are killing me, but you know, that's life. The other thing I forgot to show you in my kitchen utensils thing is this little box. I got a little tea box with a nice selection of teas. The brand is called M Design. You can find it in John Lewis. You can buy it online. You can buy it on Amazon. And I'm going to have the classic chai. This is the classic by Yogi tea. It's just Ayurvedic. I love it. It's herbal. So I'm going to have my little tea pack. And 2 mashed dates. And that's actually my 10-minute break. So I'm gonna go back to work now. It is now 12. I have been working for a bit over 2 hours straight. It has just started raining, and it's one of those spring summer rains, or like when it's stormy. So I already actually feel a little bit of a pulsating here. I feel like my eye is starting to get watery and that nostril is getting watery. These are typically the first signs of a migraine. I usually get migraines when there is a storm, among other things. So I'm really hoping it won't develop. So what I decided to do is, because it's 12 and I know that typically I tend to not do very well with lunch, I'm just going to pull something from my fridge. This is something I had cooked. It's beef short ribs that I had cooked last week or something like that. It's one of those things that when it's slow cooked, it's easier to make. And then half a packet of rice. So I'm going to just thaw these in the microwave. So let me just pop you here. I know that some of that stuff might be boring, but I think it's good for you to see like how I organize my day. So this is what the short rib looks like. That's probably took a couple hours or so to cook. So usually what I do is when I have something like that, I just make sure start. So this is going to take about 16 minutes to thaw, and I immediately just put the stuff like the pack here. I try to always clean as I go, although I know the place is a bit messy. But actually, in general, let me put you here. See, just half a packet of rice. In general, my kitchen is relatively decent, and so is my living room. It's usually my room that gets the brunt of it, just because that's where I put all my laundry, etc. So while this is thawing, I'm going to very quickly go out and just walk for 10 minutes and be back, because I'm having lower back pain. Again, it's one of those things where I think it's a combination of I'm about to start having a migraine, and also just having been sat there working. So I have my shoes on. I'm going to wear this little Burberry thing. It's not very heavy, but just that because it's quite stormy and I don't want to have an umbrella. I can show you what progress I made. So in that time that I was just sat there, let me pop you here. So over the time that since I last checked on you, I have finally managed to schedule the debrief, like the internal alignment with the partners. I had to be extremely firm because it's 3 partners. They're all very senior. They're all in random meetings, and every one of them is like, oh, I'm not available because I'm sat on another management presentation for some other project. And so I just decided, I don't care who of you joins. I have no attachment to who actually makes it. I need the team to start at some point, and honestly, I don't need you to be the blocker for that. So they were very good about coordinating internally. They decided only one of them needs to attend, which I'm very happy about, because then my team gets to actually get started. It's not like they're doing nothing, because they have a ton of things to go through. I, as their manager, did not go through all of that. I will have to do it after I set all of this in motion. So I have prepared a notebook, so it's just Microsoft Notes. You can use whatever, but I prepared a notebook because I wanted to put everybody's column in a table, so I have the to-do list for everyone. I have the to-do list for me. This thing keeps sliding. I don't know what to do. This thing keeps sliding, and I just want to film this very quickly so that I can go on my lunch break, because I have like 30 minutes. So I want to film this truthfully, but also I still want to eat, right? So I'm just going over my to-do list and telling you what I have done. Get project code, I could not get that. This is our internal billing. The letter of engagement by which the project starts was sent and signed on Friday. It takes a bit of time internally to get a code. The reason why you need a code in consulting is because you bill your time, but also because you have to use certain things, like sometimes you need to buy reports, if you have expenses, if you want to use something like a graphics freelancer to beautify the presentation. So it's an important administrative thing. I tend to be more hands-on on my things than many other PMs. There are varying degrees, but for me, I like to get these things out. I prepared the team notebooks where I have the to-do list. I prepared the project folders, the briefing pack. I had done that before. I still did not schedule internal content sessions or like meetings. The kickoff is happening at 1 p.m., so it's in an hour from now. I'm still working on scheduling the interim and the final meetings with the client. It's been going all over the place. People are still mixing British Standard Times with GMT, with Central Eastern Europe time. So what I did is I just summarized everything on a table, which is what I had done before, but people still randomly started writing things in emails or instead of filling the table. So what I did is that after I think about 11 or 12 emails, I just reset everything and I've put a table. Here is the summary: meeting 1, meeting 2, proposed date, proposed duration, attendees, who can make it, who can't make it, alternative times. Sometimes, although it sounds like you're doing a glorified assistant's job, if you don't do it, it doesn't get done. The fact that there are 4 assistants working on this doesn't mean that I will not be on top of the process, because my job is the project delivery. And I know that there is a misconception that some people think it is beneath them to be organizing agenda and all of that. My job is to deliver this properly, and that requires at times having to fix people's misunderstandings about time zones, or having to recap when people were not able to actually use your initial format. That means that maybe they find it easier to write, maybe that's not how they usually work, but it doesn't matter. So I'm still working on that. I decided to not prepare a kickoff deck, which is a deck in consulting is a selection of slides. So it's effectively a PowerPoint presentation. Now, I have a lot on my plate. I decided, no, I'm not going to add making a deck to that. So that's effectively what I have done. My food is thawing. I'm gonna go for a 10-minute walk. I'm gonna actually time it, just because otherwise I wouldn't have moved at all. By the time I'm back, I'm going to quickly eat. It takes me, I think, like 7 to 8 minutes to eat. That's why I decided to make it a point to actually go on a walk, because if I just stick to how long it takes me to eat, I end up not having my lunch break. I also wrote a quick email to maintenance so that they come, because I have a heater that keeps working, although it's completely turned off. So I'm gonna go for my quick walk. I'll see you in a bit. I have just arrived. That 10-minute walk was 1,027 steps. So although it seems like nothing, imagine, because I know, people aim for 10,000 steps. Imagine that if I had not gone for that first 10-minute walk, I would have had 0 steps for the day, because it's effectively just the 10 steps from my bedroom to my desk, and then to go to, I don't know, to the loo, and then the kitchen. And it's not like I live in a palace, right? I'm going to finally apply perfume for the day. This is a Cartier one. Remember when I filmed my last empties video, I had finished a Jo Malone perfume, and then I said that I wasn't going to buy a new perfume, but then I was kindly gifted this by Cartier. It's Visé Volé. And actually I've worn it a couple times. Well, actually more than a couple times. I've been wearing it for a good 2 weeks, and it actually has amazing staying power, and it barely moved. It still looks completely full when I've been using it every day, and I really like it. So I think I had one small one of that before. I'm going to reapply a bit of concealer. Normally I don't do that, but you know, with this project, seeing how intense it is, and as I'm trying to set a lot of good habits for the months to come, I'm just trying to do everything right. Although you can see how intense the day typically can be. I might also powder my face just because I feel pretty shiny. What I will use my trusted, what's this called? This is from Fenty Beauty in honey. It is running low, but I don't use much powder anyway. I slightly powdered my face, not too much. It still doesn't look, it still looks shiny. That's fine. I'm going to put on my earrings. These are just some pearl earrings from Mitsuko Pearls. And the backing, I lost the backing, so I just bought a very inexpensive backing from John Lewis. I'm going to reapply blush because that's what makes me look alive. And then I'm going to eat quickly while waiting for the repairman to come. I don't know how many times he came. Must be like the 6th time or something. Well, in the space of a good 2 years or so, but still, that's quite a lot, I guess. I want to apply lipstick now. I will reapply it after eating. And yeah, so I'll show you my food. So I'll just put this thing here. I have my plate. The thing's in the microwave. Ow, ow, ow. This is just rice. I put a little bit of water just to moisten the rice. Not that it needs it, but I just feel that right now with allergies, like my throat is very, very irritable. So I wouldn't want to eat dry food with that to begin with. There might be a bit too much sauce, but I'm not going to waste it. There we go. That's my rice. And this. I don't need a sharp knife. This thing is really, really very, very tender. You see, I could cut it with a spoon if I wanted to. And then I'll have this tonic water. That's my drink. And yeah, it's not a mukbang, so I'm not gonna show you me eating, but I'm gonna just do this quickly while waiting for the guy to come, and we'll see. Hey, it's 2:16 p.m. So something funny happened. So I did one meeting, followed by another meeting. So we had the internal kickoff, followed by another meeting that I had for something else. As I was in that second meeting, I was getting a call from a partner from Germany, and then the client declined the meeting that I had scheduled for 3 p.m. Turns out they discovered something about the target that they were looking at, and they are thinking internally whether or not they want to progress with this potential transaction, which means that we are pencils down. When a client does pencils down, it means that the consultants cannot work because we are not billing our time. And so, technically, I'm on the beach. Well, technically, my team is on the beach. Unfortunately, I never am. But, you know, so I technically worked most of the better half of the day. I actually only had 10-minute lunch. So I'm going to make myself another tea because I had here what is this, oregano. But because I was back to back, I didn't even get to drink it. So I'm gonna make myself proper tea, take the rest of my lunch break because I didn't get to do it, and after that I'm going to work on my inbox. I absolutely love this. This is so great. I don't do much in that space, the transaction space. So in my case, it never happens to have a pencils down because I work mostly with very large corporates or very also large cap private equity, which means that even when they say we're not starting, they actually already know that they're starting. It's just that somebody's taking their sweet time to sign a deal or whatever. So this is really unheard of for me. I'm not used to it because I'm only filling in for someone for this project. It's not really my bread and butter. So I'm going to make some tea because I'm tired, and I'm going to plow through my inbox. One important thing that I want to do, I'm just gonna move a bit further from this because there's some drilling. One important thing that I want to do actually is to fill the evaluations for my team for my previous project. This is something that we have to do via an automated system. I tried to launch it, but for some reason it only worked for 2 team members, whereas I think I managed like 7 people or something like that. So I need to follow up so that I manage to get the form started for the remaining 5. And then I will start filling the assessments. I think some people just take 10-15 minutes to fill it. For some reason, I'm much slower than that. It takes me at least 40 minutes to 45 minutes per person to fill. So that would be a very good use of my time if I manage to get them to get me the forms. So, oh my God, I'm so glad this happened. Because, you know, I told you at the start of this vlog that I'm very sleep deprived. I unfortunately woke up around 2:30 a.m. etc. So yeah, I'm going to try to launch the assessment thing first, then I'm gonna make my tea, and then I'm gonna go back to reducing my inbox, because you know when I said I had 12 emails, it's 1200 emails, and as I processed them I ended up having more emails. But I also have the emails that I have read but I didn't work on. So when I say unread, it really means I have absolutely no idea what's in it. Now I'm going to work through my entire to-do list, which is horrifying, but I appreciate it. This is good karma because I'm just too tired. Actually, that was a lie. I don't get to immediately start moving on to other things. I first have to cancel the emails, the things that I had put as blocks. And I also have to still put blockers for the meetings that we finally managed to lock some time with the client, just so that if the project starts again, I don't have to do that all over again. So I just have to do quite a bit of cleaning the inbox and removing the confidential information and all that stuff. And then I will be able to work on the other bits. It's 4 p.m. That tea didn't happen. I was just busy. For some weird reason it's always like that. I honestly, the moment I thought we'd be off, that I thought we would be done, but no. Yeah, I still have quite a few things to do, but I managed to kick off the process for the evaluations. Now the team members have to initiate the process from their side. One of them already did, so I will finally have that tea that I said I was going to have like an hour ago or whatever, and then I will fill his evaluation. Oh wow, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. It's nearly 6:40 p.m. I did not get to fill any evaluation. I was busy, but I did manage to have all of my team members, except one, actually kick off the process, which is good. I will work on these tomorrow. For now, I'm going to start preparing dinner. I don't really have much to eat at home, which is quite interesting. I have half a steak, so I'm going to eat that. I'll make that very quickly. And for garnish, I don't know what to have, so I will have to think about that. I'm probably going to do my night routine. I was thinking whether or not to put a mask on, but maybe I won't because yeah, I don't feel like it. But I'm going to have an early night because I'm not on a project. I don't know, maybe they will write tonight, maybe they will write tomorrow morning, but I'm not officially on a project, so I don't have to work longer hours, I guess. So I'm just going to call it a day, make my nice dinner, do my night routine. I still didn't do my hair, but I'm actually too tired to do my hair. I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep it like that for the week. I'm not gonna do the twist. Usually what I do is that I detangle it and then I do something like 8 or 9 twists and I keep it in that for a whole week, but I'm just too tired for that. What else? Yeah, I might read a book, I might watch Netflix. You know, it's an early night. I never get to finish at 7 p.m., so might as well. I know I said earlier I was thinking of going to the gym, but I didn't. I got lazy, I got tired, and I talked to my friend, and he said it's fine if you don't go because I went yesterday. So balance. It's all about balance. I'm all new to this whole working out thing, so I don't want to just go too hard and then hate it. So that's it. This is a day in my life. It took an unexpected turn, but you know, this is what life is as a senior project manager in consulting. Sometimes people ask me about how my days are, what I do, want to get a glimpse at the things. So yeah, that was a day.